Hey, what's up guys? Bajheera here. Got another gym video for you guys. This one is going to be going over a little bit of my back day. So, my back days are usually one of those days where it doesn't actually involve a huge compound movement. Basically, my bench days and then my squat day and deadlift day are the main days that have those huge compound lifts. Obviously, squat, bench, deadlift. But my back day, a lot of people like to do deadlifts on back day. The problem with doing deadlifts on back day for me is that I'm either a little bit fatigued after doing back when I do deadlifts, or I'm so fatigued after doing deadlifts that I can't even train back. So what I've ended up doing for my deadlift workouts is I just treat it as like another leg day. I'll do a ton of deadlifts, like deadlift like an hour or something, and then come back and do a little bit of like leg accessories, just like you know, like hamstring curls or quad extensions, and then call it a day. And I also do like calf raises, like the little weighted calf raises that I've shown you before in my leg day videos. I do those between sets of deadlifts, so I kind of treat it like a squat day. But on my back day, I'm pretty much focused completely on doing pull downs like I showed you, doing rows like I'm doing here. The most compound movement that I do, because I can't really help myself, is I do just bent over rows, and I'll show you guys those a little bit later. But when I'm doing my back day, I'm really thinking about having everything that I'm doing not only, you know, help my back grow from a bodybuilding perspective, but also almost like imagining like I'm doing a deadlift to keep my back tight, to stay really, really strong, and to try to use this day, instead of just thinking about it as a bodybuilding exercise day, where I'm trying to get my back to grow, I'm actually trying to get better at deadlifting. So this is another one of those things that I was talking to you guys about, where I have a little bit more of my mindset geared towards powerlifting. And once again, not a full commitment, not a full change of gears to powerlifting, but instead of thinking of this as like a bodybuilding day, like I said, it's like an accessory day, a deadlift accessory day, not just a back training day. So I'm doing deadlift accessory movements. Is one way to think about it. Obviously, like a pull down is probably more, you know, going to be training my back, but it, you know, you need a strong back deadlift. But when I'm doing these rows, I'm using a wide grip bar, and I'm really trying to grind not only with my lower lats, but also with my upper back a little bit too. So definitely allowing my traps to come into the movement, allowing my shoulders to come into the movement just a little bit, but really trying to keep my core as tight as I can. You notice I'm actually doing a rowing movement with my body, and I'm okay with that. When you deadlift, you move your lower back. It's part of the movement. It's all right. And you'll see that I do that on my bent over rows too, as I actually really allow a little bit of give. I'm not using really, really strict form. I'm trying to actually get in the habit of moving my whole body, because at this point with my training, I mean, I love going to the gym every day. It feels really, really good, but not every day at the gym is my favorite. I've actually begun to not enjoy, well, maybe not enjoy is not really the right word. I don't look forward to the days where I don't do like squat, bench, or deadlift as much. So what I end up having to do is really get focused, really get intense about training, you know, arms and shoulders, because there's, you know, the demands of the exercises themselves aren't necessarily as strenuous as the demands that a squat puts on you, as the demands of a bench or a deadlift. So you kind of have to really amp yourself up a little bit more to make up the distance, right? Because sometimes if what you're doing calls for a certain level of intensity, you either get that level of intensity or you can't do it, basically. And with arms and shoulders, you can kind of not half-ass the workout, obviously, but you don't necessarily have to call to bear the intensity that a leg day really requires. So you kind of have to generate that yourself. So in order to do that for arms and shoulders and back and stuff, I'm trying to challenge myself. I'm trying to work hard, but I'm also trying to throw in fun exercises like bent over rows. Once again, bent over rows, you're going to see me doing a not very strict form. I'm actually kind of swinging a little bit. I'm allowing myself to use my legs a little bit. You can sort of see myself catching the weight at the bottom with my hamstrings and my glutes a little bit. But that's kind of part of the idea for me. Really strict form on bent over rows is probably helpful, but once again, I'm not thinking about this as necessarily as much of a bodybuilding exercise. I'm thinking of this as like a deadlift accessory. So I'm allowing all the muscle groups that are involved in a deadlift to be activated. My glutes, my hamstrings, obviously my lower back, my upper back, everything, while still doing a rowing movement. And in terms of where I'm pulling this, I'm not really pulling it too far up. I'm pretty much pulling it almost just parallel with my thighs up into my waist, right into my hips almost. So that's pretty much what I do with the deadlift. I keep the weight very close to my body when I deadlift it up, and I try to pull it you know, right into my hips and drive forward with my hips. Now, I'm obviously not really driving forward with my hips as much here, but you can see that I'm allowing my legs to bear a little bit of that weight and do a lot of the pulling with my back. And I definitely, this is one of the things I look forward to with my back exercises. I kind of do my pull downs, I do my rows, then I come over here and finally get to do some bent over rows to pretty much finish out the day for the most part. One of the things that I'm not showing you during my back day is I'm also doing a little bit of triceps during my back day, just because I think my triceps need to work. So I'm supersetting my pull downs or my rows with some triceps, and when I'm doing these bent over rows, I'm doing a little bit of triceps, but I'll also go over and actually do shrugs, so that a lot of this ends up being on my back instead of just my traps and stuff. Although I do want my traps to grow, but getting traps a little bit extra exercise in between sets is good. Plus helps train my grip. I feel my grip is a little on the weak side, just because I haven't been doing a whole lot of super heavy shrugs. Obviously, I haven't been doing a lot of super heavy deadlifts. And when I talk about haven't been doing them, I mean like the past months leading up to this month, where I have been doing a lot of deadlifts and stuff. But I need to work on that grip strength. So all this is geared towards improving my deadlift, but also just getting a bigger, stronger back, which is definitely an area of improvement that I'm interested in, but also an area that I have been seeing improvement in. So having a lot of fun with my training. Definitely want to share this back day with you guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Plenty more gym videos on the way. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace!